met a very handsome man with tattoos on his knees. And we both wore glasses, so I said, can we have a conversation, please? Well, he asked me what I knew, and I said not much, and then I said, hey, are you an accountant? He said, guess again. I'm a poet, I'm a dreamer, I'm a jester and a fool, I'm a lover, I'm a madman, I live by no man's rule. Well, you sound a lot like me, I said, perhaps you are my man. Looking at me sideways, he replied, well, catch me if you can. From the edge of the world, I am Mr. Moon. I said, very glad to meet you. He said, don't speak too soon. I'm a minstrel, I'm a maverick, I'm an outlaw and a thief. I know 10,000 joys, I'm acquainted with grief. And the stars, they are my tears, he said, the sky of indigo, my bed, my silver face, hides a side of me I never show. If like the sun, he said to me, you seek the truth, but when you see, you burn the mist, the mystery. Why there are things you'll never know, unless you're a shaman or a showman, a fighter and a friend, a vagabond, a gypsy on a journey without end. Well, I think there's hope for me, I said, and if you're not my man, this has taught me just as much as any conversation can. If you must travel all alone, I'll go the other way. Remember me, I know you will, hey, that's what you'd say. And I know you were my lover, I know you were my friend. You've touched the very soul of me, that will never end. Well, this is a song I wrote after meeting an interesting person when I went to sing in a folk club in Dorset. And it was a very cold February night, and after the lovely warm evening we'd had, I was going to go back to my camper van, go to sleep, and suddenly this man popped out and said, well, how about coming to see my garden? And I was quite surprised. I thought, well, it's the middle of the night and quite cold, but I said, well, I'd love to, I'll come over tomorrow, yeah, nice. And he said, no, I mean right now. And I was perplexed, but I had another friend with me at the time, so I looked at her and we thought, this is an interesting offer. And there were two of us, so we didn't feel too nervous. And we went off with this guy to have a look at his garden, and I have to say, it was the most amazing and wonderful garden. He'd filled it with yurts and tents and little shacks and sheds and curious dwellings of all sorts, and they were covered in fairy lights and spotlights and candles, and inside was cloth and gorgeous objects. And when we went, we didn't know what we were going to, but he flicked some sort of switch by the gate, and suddenly this little village of tiny fairy houses lit up, and it was really gorgeous, unforgettable. And later I got to know this guy very well, and he used to give parties in this wonderful venue. And this is a song I wrote for him, really, and for his amazing midnight garden and his crazy generous offers. He used to constantly waylay people and bring them into his magic world. So this is for him. It's called Barry's Midnight Garden. You'll want to see the garden, he said. I didn't think we did. I glanced at my friend. She shot me a smile full of doubt and daring. We followed his flickering torch down an aisle of gaunt black trees till we lost our bearings. And high overhead, branches they shimmer and sing. You want to see the garden, they say. You want to see the garden tonight. We shivered by the gate and he flicked a switch and all of a sudden the whole fairy scene was alight. Oh, just feast your eyes on my garden tonight. There are tents made of stars and a candlelit yurt in a fairground reeling, and a shed decked with lights like a liner at night on a wide black